What's that, Mr. Owl? What's that, Mr. Owl? No way! It can't be! Tonight is already day 4 of the Halloweek season? No, tell me true. Is that true? That means tonight is scary. This music is not quite, it is Halloween music. It says so in the title, but this isn't gonna capture what I have planned for you this evening. The only way I can think of capturing it is by this next song. Actually, I'm gonna tell you right now, I did not know this song was actually gonna be spooky. It said Mario Wonder, so I thought it was gonna be like, ba, 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 da, da, ba. It's fine. We're going to be reading the kookiest creepypastas to ever exist on the internet. One after another, for 2 hours straight, complete with some viewer submitted ones, which unfortunately I'm not gonna be able to get through them all. That's just the way it is. I have like 20 creepypastas in total that I think I'm gonna be able to get to them all tonight. That is my hope. But I put in a bunch of extras just in case. Just in case. Here's the deal, folks. I have for you Chibi Ben and Chibi Bennett. Diddy.exe.
Probably can't stick around, but I just wanted to say that Creepypasta stream is my favorite every year. Very glad to be part.
I don't know why it doesn't finish the words, but thank you, Poop, for the 18-month resub. Thank you. We have Herobrine's Peninsula, Metroid Dread, Dread is in all caps, Nintendo Terror Cube. We have Chum. Star Wars Revenge of the Sith extended version. And we've got some viewer submitted ones like My Job at Truck Pants, Shadow's New Groove, Who Done It? That was more of like a holiday special, but we've got some terrifying moments for you this evening. I want to see Star Wars. I've actually never seen Star Wars Episode 3. My parents didn't let me watch it, and I just never watched it. I just never actually did it. Sounds like a variety of kooky stories. Allow me to define kooky for you. Strange. That's it? Okay, it just means strange. That's what it means. Offbeat, eccentric, and strange. Yeah, that will describe. Yeah, quirky's a good way to put it, but quirky doesn't sound as good as kooky. Quirky, creepy. That does sound good. I was doing like, oh, it's kooky, creepy pastas. It like sounds good together, but quirky, creepy pastas. Creep. That works too. I might have to rebrand next year. For this year, it's kooky, creepy pastas. It's the same format as last year. I'm gonna pull up an image for your viewing pleasure. We're gonna listen to some music, and I'm gonna read you some spooky stories. Get ready, because they are going to be the most terrifying things you have ever heard of in your entire life. Your life will be different before and after the stream. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I will not be responsible for any poop pants. You good? You good? Everyone good? Good. Then why don't we start with this one? I was gonna say let's start with Diddy.exe, but I think that's like a level 4 creepypasta. It's like there's no capitalization, there's barely any punctuation, there are many red underlined words here, and I will be reading them as they are written, you know, to preserve the integrity of the story, to preserve the integrity. So maybe we'll get to that one in a minute. Let's start with Herobrine's Peninsula. Let me just pull up an image. I gotta find a scary one. I gotta find a scary one. If I put in Herobrine, it's just like a guy being like, oh! Like, okay, this one's like Herobrine in a tutu. Like, where's like spooky Herobrine? When did they make him silly? When did they make Herobrine silly? Okay, this one's pretty, no, this is about as scary as it gets, so we're gonna do that then. We're gonna do that there. Hopefully I do this right. Let's see, where's the monitor? There it is. Let's hope I did this right. Close enough. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Herobrine's Peninsula. You know what? I'm gonna actually turn down the lights a little bit. I'm gonna turn down the lights a little bit, just to make sure we get the right vibe. If you're a sub, be sure to request some spooky music. Only the spookiness, the spookiest, will be allowed this evening. Herobrine's Peninsula. I was bored, browsing on around different Flash game websites, so I decided to create a new Minecraft world. I spawned in a forest. I quickly walked around, collected some wood, made tools, that kind of thing. I knew it would get dark soon, so I decided to make a small house in the wall of a peninsula I'd found while exploring. I made a bed and slept till the day, in Minecraft, not in real life, in Minecraft. I woke up and went outside to collect some wood. I realized that at this time, I could make a stone axe and get it done 3 times as fast. When I went back to my house, I found that my right door was open. I made sure it was closed before I left. I wondered, who could have opened it? Then, all of my Herobrine paranoia came back. I tried to avoid it, thinking of other things, but it just kept coming to me. I thought that setting the render distance to far would brighten things up. In the distance, I could see the forest I spawned in, but I also saw something else there. There was a tree apparently lit on fire. I went over to investigate. I found no lava pool anywhere near, but something else creepy did happen. The song Dry Hands, piano1.og started to play. As soon as I got to the burning tree, I thought to myself, that couldn't be coincidental. I tried to think of reasons why these things were happening. How could a door open by itself? How could a tree just randomly burst into flames? Isn't that like actually a feature though, like lightning? I'm pretty sure lightning can just like burn a tree automatically. But anyway, every time I tried to think logical, memories of Herobrine came rushing back to me. It was getting dark. I went to sleep in-game again. When I went outside, everything appeared to be normal and I had my stone axe, so I decided to go get some wood. I began chopping a 1x2 hole in a tree so I could move to the center and collect woods from an upward position. I'm about to pee. I know, we're getting there. Sorry, I got a little spooked. Actually, the music just stopped, so I guess we'll go back to this. I began chopping a 1x2 hole in the tree so I could move to the center and collect wood from an upwards position. After collecting 2 more pieces of wood, I saw something horrifying. Herobrine's face was in place of the next block of wood for a split second, and then it switched back. I slowly backed away from the tree without chopping the last block of wood and sprinted back to myself. I paced back and forth next to my bed. Maybe it was just a texture glitch. Yeah, that's all, I thought to myself. Then all the memories of Herobrine kept coming back to me. The first encounter, the pranks, the other creepypastas, it frightened me to the point where I just wanted to close out the game and delete my entire Minecraft file. Then, in real life, a water bottle slowly fell off the table. I can actually drop that. That's like made of metal. I didn't know how that could possibly happen, seeing as, number 1, it was in the middle of the table. Number 2, there's no one else in the house but me. Number 3, I wasn't anywhere near the table. Number 4, I began to worry about the supernatural powers of Herobrine had begun to leak out of the game and into the real world. I had it. I was through. I opened app data, deleted the entire .minecraft folder, and shut down my computer. There was only one more experience that freaked me out. This one probably being the creepiest. I called 911 immediately. I had gone to my basement only to find a dead person on the floor in a pool of blood. I didn't want to get a good look at it, but it seemed somewhat similar to the default Minecraft skin, Steve. I tried not to think about it though. When the police told me what they found was that the body seemed perfectly normal except one thing. His eyes were completely white. The end. That was terrifying. My favorite part is that the part where he finds the dead body is 2 sentences, and the part where the lightning hit the tree is like 5. The priorities here are staggering. There's no way a tree could catch on fire. There's no way. And there was a body in my basement, but like, you know, whatever, you know, the bodies happen all the time, you know, whatever. Let me get the next story up and running.
Pooh, don't forget about shop.beta64 for... I forgot to turn on the voice filter, didn't I? It just sounds like I'm whispering, doesn't it?
I'm just gonna shut up now and come back. And by the way, that was not viewer written. I'll make sure to credit all the viewer written ones. Don't you worry. I'm trying to find something. Okay, hold on. I need to find the perfect image for this because I feel like this isn't scary, but this one's good. This isn't scary, but it matches the story. This one is called Mario Song. How do I? There we go. Mario Song.mp3. It all started with an innocent time looking for a file. No, not the file on the title. I was looking for a painting to upload to DeviantArt. I kept looking through my files and I clicked on my music file by accident. And I saw all of my iTunes songs. I clicked back. Clicked back and I saw the file Mario Song.mp3. I was puzzled because I had never downloaded any file titled Mario Song.mp3. Curiously, I clicked on it and it opened. I turned up my volume. It was the main Mario theme slowed down by 200%. Not that one. Oh. If you listen really closely, you could hear Mario softly weeping. You could also hear certain ambient noises, such as demonic chants, yells, screams, etc. I was halfway through the song. It was 10 minutes long. I was at 5 minutes, and right when that hit, a pop-up window appeared on my screen and said, "You will see no further." I got the blue screen. I restarted up my computer. The screensaver was the game over screen. All of my icons were a picture of Mario's head with a sad look on them. Actually, I can easily find that. I can easily find that image. Come on, get over there. Get over there. There we go. No, get over there. There we go. All of my icons were a picture of Mario's head with a sad look on them, and all the icons were titled MIS. You'll find out what MIS means later. I clicked on one of the icons and it led to a PDF. It said, "Mario is sad." About 15 times repeated. So now we know what MIS means. I went to my pawners which was the same as all of the icons. I just randomly just clicked on one of the icons. It said Mario song last 5 minutes .mp3 now. I thought I had now had the last 5 minutes of the MP3 file. I clicked on it. It was just the same Mario theme, but now slowed down to 800% this time. I don't think YouTube will allow me to do that. Maybe if I did Mario theme slowed half. Here we go. And then I slowed this down. It stayed that way for about 3 minutes of the song. Then for the last 2 minutes, it was Mario screaming in pain. You could hear high-pitched laughs, a Bowser laugh, and Mario kept screaming louder and louder. Then the song stopped. A PDF popped up and it said, "Bye." My computer went to black and it wouldn't come back on ever. The end. Not even bye-bye. Not even bye-bye. It was just bye. It was just bye. I hope I didn't scare you too much. You peed? Oh, I'm so sorry. That's my bad. That is my bad. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that one bit. Do we need to take a little break? Do I need to rank some Skittles while I'm here? Do I need to rank some Skittles while I'm here? Jen, thank you for the 25-month resub.
25 months with Beta 64.
Thank you so much, Jen. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Skittles are always a fun time. I'm gonna rank Skittles. I think it's even better than a Nerd's Rope. Not better than peanut M&Ms, no. It's not better than peanut M&Ms. It's gonna be right here. Right here without a doubt. Solid A rank. Yo, Kareem, good to have you back. How do I get that window back on my screen? How do I get that window back on my screen? I'm not used to having 2 monitors. Okay. Let's go to the next story. Our next story is called Metroid Dread. Written in 2010. Yo, Ravens, thank you for the gifted sub. The spooky gifted sub. Thank you so much. How are you doing? I don't exactly have a scary Metroid Dread thing, so we're just gonna do this one. That seems good. That seems kind of scary. That seems good. Metroid Dread. One day, I had stumbled across a game named Metroid Dread on the sidewalk of Nintendo headquarters. The cartridge of the game was completely black and had the 2 words Metroid Dread on it. So I had put it in my Nintendo 64 to see what the awesomeness of this game would be since it had such a cool cartridge and title. Suddenly, I had this strange feeling inside my stomach, as if it were being eaten alive. My pulse had suddenly gotten faster at the jump scares. Thank you, Jen. Thank you. Where'd the music go? There it is. Oh, bro, it felt like I was being eaten alive. My pulse had gotten faster, and my eyes looked red, tired, and my vision was blurry. The screen had finally turned on. There was a picture of a Metroid across it. This dreadful feeling was creeping along my body, as if 1 million ants were all over me. My brain felt like it was going to explode. Air tasting like sour bread. I couldn't escape. I kept hearing this squeaking, yet it sounded animal-like. My knees felt like jelly. I was trapped in the game of dread. I soon grew a headache so horrible, I fell back in pain. I started seeing these strange-looking Metroids appearing and disappearing everywhere. My headache grew and grew and grew and grew until finally my eyes had turned gray. Soon, I grew tired and went to sleep. The Nintendo 64 had gone blank, leaving me sitting there in a dream of dread. And that was that story. Metroid Dread. It was quite a dreadful dream. A dream filled with dread. One where you taste sour bread. I think that's my favorite part. It's because sour bread is delicious. Like, sourdough bread is like one of the best breads in the world. The person who wrote that just really hated sourdough bread. Maybe sourdough bread wasn't a thing back in 2010. Maybe it was like not as cool. Maybe, I don't know. But you know what I do know is it's time to read something that I know will scare you. If you didn't get scared yet, this is 100% going to scare you. I don't want the silly gift. Give me like a scary one. Come on, give me a scary one. Yeah, here we go. That's pretty scary. That's pretty scary. This one's gonna hit. Watch out. If I could read that signature, I would be able to credit them, but I don't know how to read cursive, so that's who made this art. Not who made the story, but the art. Tails doll will kill you if you click this. That is the name of the story. What do you mean you love Tails doll? It's scary. Don't you dare have love and excitement. Get scared. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll leave. Not gonna lie, if I hold on. Let me do this could scare someone. Actually scare someone coming in. If you are the right person, this could scare you. Wait. No, it has to be this song.
Do you like Snickers bars? I sure do. I'm gonna eat a Snickers bar.
Very peanutty. You know, I know Snicker bars are like really good. So like some people are like, oh, I love Snickers bars. But I think I'm gonna have to give it it's better than a Milky Way. I don't know if it's better than like, I think it's like right above Skittles, right below a peanut M&M. I think it's like really good. It's not the best in the world, so that's an A rank. Oh, I forgot to show myself on screen. Okay, all right, we're good. Look, I'm chewing with my mouth closed. Okay, let's do this. Tails doll will kill you if you click this. One of the computers in the library at my old elementary school had a haunted link and shortcut. I don't know why 90% of these stories I have that were like just grabbed from the internet, they all have like in parentheses, explanations like, I went to sleep till the next morning in the game. I managed to do this in the game. It was a haunted link, also known as a shortcut. Hershey's white chocolate is best? I actually haven't had that before. Is it too late to submit a cookie pasta? It is a little bit, yeah. But if you put it in the Discord server, at least people can read it. All the Discord submitted stories are available to read in the temporary rooms. One of the computers at the library in my old elementary school had a haunted link shortcut on the Google homepage titled, Tails doll will kill you if you click this. Now, I've played Sonic R, and I thought the Tails doll was creepy. I've seen someone click on the shortcut, and all it takes you to is a blinding image of the Tails doll, along with an error message saying, tailsdoll.exe has stopped responding. Even though there isn't a file on that computer named tailsdoll.exe. How's that even possible? It has to be something scary. I saw the kid that had clicked on it. He told the librarian, but when she checked, there was nothing there. I didn't see him at all the next day. And 2 days later, I saw a news report saying the kid had gone missing at 9:30 p.m. I don't know if that time is significant to anyone. Is it like a Tails doll time? Because it was very specifically 9:30 p.m. The day after that, I saw another news report saying that the kid was found dead next to my house. They said they had found a Tails doll plushie nearby and it had blood on it. But somehow they denied that the doll had murdered the kid. One day in the library, I was curious about that link. So I told one of my friends and told him not to click it. But the librarian had somehow overheard us and led us over to a private area to tell us something. She said that 2 years ago, she had found a bloody Tails doll plushie in the room we were sitting in, but the next day it was gone, and that exact link was found on the computer. She also said that there was a file called tailsdoll.exe that had appeared on the hidden folder on the desktop before the day it had disappeared. But the librarian said never to click on the shortcut link or else you'd be murdered by the Tails doll too. I can still remember what the URL said. https:// he is coming for you, help me, you will die, you will die, you will die, I am coming for you. Every time I do search it up, it says that the URL has been deleted by a source name tailsdoll.exe. The other day, I searched it up and I saw that source name. I had memories of what happened to that child. No, I deleted okay, just for you all who want to go to that link, I'm warning you. I'm warning you. Just in case you want to go to that link. He is coming for you. Help me. You will die. You will die. You will die. I am coming for you. Be careful. There is no .com. It's without the .com. Watch out. Do not go to that website. Don't say I didn't warn you. And that's that story. I like how when you go to the website, it's supposed to say it has been deleted by a source. Like any website has that feature. That's literally not a URL. Hey, I didn't write the story. I didn't write the story. I need to ask a question. I believe I read this one last year, so I need to make sure. Do you all remember a story called Banjo's Dream? I think I might have read it last year. No? No? No, I do not? Yes, you have. No. I did read a Banjo-Kazooie story last year, but I don't believe I read this one. I'll read it, and you know what? Don't even let me know if I've read it before. Because it's scary. It's terrifying, and it would be a shame to only read half of it. Banjo-Kazooie. Scary. Oh, that really is scary. Holy crap. That's actually terrifying. It's not even like, it's not like a fake image either. That's a real image. It's just a real image. Not even, that's terrifying. I want just the image though. I want just the image, not like the Reddit page. You know what? The Reddit page makes it better. Reddit page makes it better. Okay. Let's do this. I gotta get my Reddit karma anyway. I woke up on a crisp Christmas morning. In fact, I'm actually sad that it's Christmas, but I have to tell you something, kind of out of the story. It might snow in a couple days. It might actually legitimately snow. And I don't want it to be Christmas yet. So, let's just say we woke up on a crisp morning. There was snow on the ground. The sun was shining. I woke up my parents, brother, and grandfather. I went downstairs to see a pile of gifts. As I opened the first one, I noticed it was an N64. I was surprised seeing how it was 2012, and I was 7 when I considered myself too old for Nintendo. As you'll soon learn, I was wrong. With the N64, there were 3 games: Mario, Pokemon Stadium, and Banjo-Kazooie. My father stated that he used to play it all the time, his favorite being Banjo-Kazooie. He added, "I don't remember why I stopped playing it." Later on, I decided to play with my new game system. My brother beat me at Pokemon Stadium, and I beat the first Bowser in Mario. That's when I decided to play Banjo-Kazooie. There was a save game, so I decided to start a new one. Once finishing the tutorial, I headed into the castle, soon beating Mumbo's Mountain. Ika Pokum. I headed to Treasure Trove Cove. I entered the sandcastle. My father walked in, looked at the screen, and froze. "I remember," he said. I ignored him, as he is usually weird. He said, "Dream. Dream. 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 Dream." And repeated it as he walked out. This made me want to put the password "dream" in the sandcastle. A grunty dialogue appeared. "Are you sure you want to do this? Because if you do, there will be no bliss." I selected yes, and the screen faded to white. When the screen faded back in, Banjo was standing in the middle of his room. He had blood on his hands. The boot looked as if it was from another game. Later, I would find out it was Doom. I wondered what happened. I then walked Banjo out the door, noticing he had no backpack. When the screen faded back in, a giant grunty had popped out at me. The background was red, and the giant head was the only thing to be seen. She said, "A warned you, yes I did. Into your fate you have slid. Get to the end, ring the bell. But for now, I welcome you to 64-bit hell." She quickly disappeared. The game was silent, except for jumping sound effects. Woo! 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 Absolute bars. That was actually pretty good. That was a pretty good rhyme. I'm gonna admit that was actually pretty good. Bell, hell. No one ever does that. No one's ever written a lyric like that. The screen was just red. Enemies appeared much like the skeletons, like in Ocarina of Time. But instead of doing his roll move, Banjo took the enemies by the neck and punched them to death. More Doom 64 blood going everywhere. Once I defeated 6 enemies, the screen faded to black. The screen now showed Banjo sitting on a throne with a crown. Another D-Logie popped up with Banjo saying, "They're holding me back. Without them, I could do this. I want this." The screen went black again. When the screen came back, it was the top of Grunty's tower, but the sky was red, and Grunty was on the ground crying as Banjo stood there laughing. I pressed attack just for giggles, and Banjo threw a Jinjo at her. After 6 Jinjos were thrown, the screen faded again. Now it showed an image of 6 Jinjos lying on the ground, most of them dead, others injured. It showed for about 6 seconds. I actually hit myself in the face with my thumb. Every major character in the game. Oh, sorry, I skipped ahead. Now Banjo was sitting on his throne again, spelled T-H-R-O-W-N. This time with stacks of money. It didn't last long until fading to black. The opening scene where you first see Banjo and Kazooie, it played like normal until Banjo got up. Instead of going on an adventure, he strangled Kazooie, saying, "Let me sleep!" It went to black again. Every major character in the game was now standing by a gravestone. It was Kazooie's. Banjo was there with his arms crossed. "Why does she get all the attention?" he thought. I had no clue why he was so jealous. Before fading to black again, Banjo moved in a way which looked like he was going to kill Bottles. Banjo was on his throne. He was standing. He said, "I am the best. I am the greatest, the destroyer." A bell peered above him. After ringing it, the game reset. I chose the game file I originally made. Everything was normal. Didn't Bottles actually die in the games? Yeah, he does. Later, I found a lost present on my floor under the Christmas tree. It was a Game Shark. That night I went to church. We talked about the 7 deadly sins. Think about it, then read the story again. The end. It's a time loop. That's right. It's a time loop. That's deep. Can you believe it? The story actually went through every one of the 7 deadly sins to teach you a valuable lesson. Greed doesn't pay. Greed does not pay. Now, is that a good life lesson to learn, kids? Is that a good life lesson? I feel like it is. Let's do a viewer-submitted creepypasta. What do you say? I say we try out... Let's do Shadow's New Groove by Super Mario Bros. Fan. It has an image that I need to somehow show on the screen. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna do that. Actually, I do know how I'm gonna do that. I know exactly how I'm gonna do that. You didn't hear that. You didn't hear that at all. Just gonna... This is a professional stream, don't worry. Just gonna put that right there and... hold on, which one's the full screen button? Can anyone see the full screen button? I can't see it. Is it here? Is this the full screen button? That's save, isn't it? One of these is full screen. Maybe at... Oh, that's a... How do I move it? That's close it up. Close it up. That'll work great. That'll work great. This is Shadow's New Groove by Super Mario Bros. Fan. And actually, wait. Yeah, that's good. That's real good. Andrew grew hesitant to leave Shadow the Hedgehog unfinished. Well, chat, I just have to finish every single line. There's no excuse not to. I myself, along with the rest of the masses, were unaware of what was motivating him to accomplish such. Andrew grabbed his official Google Stadia controller and started up the game on his HD GameCube. Upon entering Westopolis, he noticed something strange. Shadow seemed to walk slightly slower, making the game's mechanics not easy to fully pick up. Andrew struggled progressing as a result. That's so far so good, so far so true. It got to the point where he was truly enraged. He threw the controller straight across the room into the shelving unit, colliding with the Kirby plush. I'm sorry, Kirby. He sprinted out of his chair, clutched the controller again, and unpaused the game. He sweated. He sweated. I'm actually sweating right now. It's a little, it's, do you mind if no, actually, no, I'm not wearing a shirt under this. Never mind. Never mind. We're buttoning actually further now. We're actually adding another button. He sweated with the concern of time restraints, submit for stream, personal projects, and sleep schedule all kept in mind. It's so true. Andrew continued, unheedingly rushing through the level despite what occurred to him prior, and completed the level. In the succeeding cutscene, Shadow was walking on a highway at dusk without saying a single word. He also didn't seem to do well, mentally anyways. He was animated to shed his own tears, but there was no voice acting during this situation. Andrew complimented this, however, when you consider he usually prefers a more serious experience. Shadow turned around to reveal that Amy and Cream were rushing towards him. Amy seemed fine, but what intrigued me was that Cream's left arm was wrapped in a bandage. But she firmly grasped Cheese in her hand despite this. They were also silent, much like Shadow. Shadow simply walked forward, but during his last step, he punched Cream right in the face without any consideration, and she collapsed, while Shadow snatched Cheese right out of her gloves and squished the innocent creature with his big shoe. Andrew wheezed during this. Mr. Internet Man, the man behind Beta 64, knew what he wanted. While chat reacted in both confusion and shock, messages being sent at speed light, much like what's happening right now in chat. But it wasn't long until Shadow said the infamous line, "This is like taking candy from a baby, which is fine by me." Andrew's reaction wasn't made clear at all, it was neutral. So his viewership assumed he was untainted. I don't know what that means. I don't know what untainted means, but I realized something. Something that I'm surprised no one in chat pointed out earlier. Andrew's nose was bleeding. I tried to notify him regarding the sending a message in chat, "Andrew, your nose is bleeding." But he was so invested in the game again and didn't care. We were all concerned about the physical state of health. But besides that, the next level loaded. The level's name was Corpse Corridor. Odd name, but expected nonetheless, and Andrew got excited. "Guys, we're going to Corpse Corridor." Yes! Well, it's about damn time we get serious. Chat did not defend him in this circumstance. "Andrew, why so serious? Beta, you're insane." And I sent a message, "Look at yourself." At this point of the runtime, Andrew's physical health started deteriorating. His skin was pale, white like the color of snow, along with red eyes comparable to the B64 cry emote, which you can use right now if you sub to the channel. Do you know you can sub for free using Twitch Prime? Yeah, that's the emote. That's the one. Where was I? And a stream of blood continued to run down his nostril. We were on the verge of calling the emergency phone number, but yet we hesitated. For the gameplay, it was followed by another cutscene. Shadow came across a paralyzed body of Eggman. Then he contemplated himself. Why did he have to take things so seriously without consideration? Eggman spoke directly to Shadow. "Shadow, If only you cared. And Shadow responded in the most monotone dialogue I've ever heard. But Doctor, it's who I am. Eggman argued, then just give up, Shadow. You don't need to be like this. I look back at Andrew, and he hasn't gotten much better. It's not even worse. He desperately wants Shadow to be the edgy stereotype. That's what he's eager for. But the cutscene ends off with Shadow snapping his neck. And the gameplay cuts to black. Andrew regains his consciousness. He's right. There needs to be something to this. Chat tried to convey a valid reason. Is it empathy? Has Andrew finally learned empathy? Andrew tried to respond, but was interrupted by a sudden dialogue from the game over the black screen. Hey, Andrew. What's I need to do this right. I need to not mess this up. What's 16 times 4? Shadow's voice from the void whispered, what's 16 times 4? Andrew was flabbergasted. He stood still without a word. A few seconds passed without an answer, until Shadow appeared in the darkness with a golf club. 64! Spelled F-O-R-E, like you're playing golf. He swung the club right at the screen, but when I looked on Andrew's side, a golf club appeared to smack him in the face, knocking him back and to fall out of his chair. Me and the rest of chat erupted in shock and worry, and Andrew was frozen on the ground like he was paralyzed. But at this point, we were proud to realize one thing. We cared. You cared about me. Thank you for caring about my physical health after being hit in the face with a golf club. And so did Andrew prior to this. We loved his content. He loved us. And all we had to consider after stream spontaneously was cut off. Whether he was found dead or alive, we still show support. The end. Did the stream cut off? Oh yeah, watch this. Oh, you scared me. You literally scared me. You literally scared me. I thought you were actually being serious, like the stream actually cut off. I was about to be terrified. Shadow got to the stream. I love the thought of like, man, that'd be a really good bit though. If you got like someone with a golf club, like a fake golf club, just to pop you in the face when like Shadow the Hedgehog did that. That's a really good one. That's a real funny idea. That's a real funny idea. Now, I say we continue the Sonic train. What do you say? Why don't we check out colors.exe. Wait, it actually did buffer? Like for real? Oh, I don't see any drop frames, so. I don't know how to. No one's really made a creepypasta about Sonic colors, so I'm trying to find like some kind of. Okay, that works. That works. This one works great. This one works perfectly. All right. Perfect. Colors.exe. Bro, what's the deal with Super Paper Mario? I always enjoyed Sonic Colors. It was a very cool Wii game about Sonic and Tails going into Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park to see that aliens named Wisps are being drained from their power. They shut off generators to free the planets and the Wisps from Eggman's grasp. I played it to the fullest, enjoying all the Wisp powers and even unlocking Super Sonic. But after a while, the game wouldn't work anymore. After I pressed start on the title screen, the game would make a weird beeping sound and freeze on the planet stage select screen. I was kind of sad, since I loved almost everything of the game. But then I got a new computer. It ran really fast, and thanks to that, I was able to download a Wii emulator with Sonic Colors. But the Sonic Colors file was named colors.exe. And as you all know, when something has EXE behind it, it's evil. So you can't use Windows, basically. What they're trying to say is, don't use Windows, ever. But nothing was wrong, except that it ran slower than the Wii version. But it all changed after I accidentally didn't charge my computer and it closed itself off. I charged my computer and started up Sonic Colors. The intro with Cash's Reach for the Stars song was glitched out, and Sonic did look evil now. Tails' tortured form from Sonic.exe appeared, and the Yacker wasn't there. However, I did see his eyes somewhere in the background. I was pretty shocked, but I shrugged it off and continued to play the game. There was no planets or other places to select, but I was able to select a little white area somewhere, and I selected it. Not a good idea. A cutscene happened. Sonic appeared in Eggman's little base and said, It's time for you to die, Egghead. I already murdered these aliens and tortured Tails, and now it's your turn. Aren't you excited? I was now able to control Eggman. It was a battle against Sonic. But of course, it was his EXE form. He started bouncing all over the place and hurt Eggman. I saw that I had 8 lives, but Sonic drained them fast. The last life was locked, and then this happened. He used a laser to pierce through Eggman's limbs, drill to drill through Eggman's skull, spike to cut him in half. Hover wasn't used. It has that in parentheses, hover wasn't used. Then he used Cube to stomp on Eggman, shattering his bones. Rocket to roast his corpse, and finally Frenzy to eat Eggman. A bloody game over screen appeared with Sonic standing next to Tails, giving him a high five. I was scared and deleted the program in the emulator. An error message appeared. Sonic.exe is behind you. I don't see him. Hold on. Jeez. Oh, thank God! It's just the Hunger Ghost plushie that you can get at the merch store. !shop. You can also get that poster too. Nothing's gonna attack us tonight. Nothing's lying in wait for us tonight. It actually does look kind of scary doing this around. This is actually kind of terrifying. Like the lights are just dark enough to like I could put like a dead body in the corner and you'd be like, oh, what is going on back there? And then I just point and there's a dead body. Has anyone bought the face poster? I actually have great news. Someone bought the face poster. It will be out of my house tomorrow. And I left it on the store just because I could print one out. If you really wanted one, you won't want one. But it's going away October 31st. All I cared about was getting the one that I had printed last year out of my house. And it has finally happened. I don't know if they want me to share their name, so I won't. But thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's 50% off. Only $5. For the worst, you just go to the merch store. You'll see it. It's horrible. Next up, we have Nickelodeon gone wrong. Not right. Wrong. How do I find like Nickelodeon scary? Ooh, that's pretty scary. That's pretty scary. I don't want to be too scary, so let's just do this one. Let's not make it too scary. That one actually is pretty scary. You don't know the brunt of what I have to see while Googling for these images. There we go. That's pretty good. In the summer of 2000, Nickelodeon had an idea. On the night of July 2, they had Smell-O-Vision specials. The Smell-O-Vision was a folder of scratch and sniff stickers given out at stores like Walmart. One card was SpongeBob SquarePants, which had salty seawater, Krabby Patties, cotton candy, they were at the fair, candy, hot chocolate, and rock smell. Another card was Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, which had pumpkin, a Salem smell, which involved Sabrina turning Salem into a plant, aftershave, she had a date come over, and cake smells. The last card was for a slime show. It was a game show which had 3 kids battling on an obstacle course for a lifetime supply of Hershey's chocolate and $200 cash prize. The smells were slime, bubble bath, part of the course, the garbage chute, and chocolate with a hint of money. Sabrina and SpongeBob had amazing smells except The Rock. But there's something Nick doesn't want you to know. The slime smell was sickening. For some reason, in the factory that they were made in, they used germs to make the smell. Over 1,000 children got extremely ill. Nick was going to have a hiatus, but it never happened. Scientists have only just started to see the putrid smell in the slime and what it was. The end. Let's do another short story right after that one. Let's do another short one. Oh, perfect. Perfect. This could not be a better image for this. That wasn't even a creepypasta. It was germs. It was germs. Slender and Mario is the name of this story. So there was this one time when the Slender Mass had decided to do something out of the ordinary. He went to go and join the Mario Kart rally, and he did. He won every race because he would just teleport to the end. Mario was getting mad at his behavior and started to build a car that could kill him and stop Slender from stealing his flame. This car had all that it needed to destroy Slender Man. He built it, and the next race he found out that Slender can't be killed. He just made him angry. He went on a rampage and he killed all the members of the Mario Kart. This is how Wario started his gaming and got famous. The end. That's the origin story of Wario. That's the origin story of Wario. Of course it is. Of course it is. Next creepypasta we've got is a viewer submitted one. It is called the 2023 Beta 64 Live Creepypasta by Anthony B. Russo. Shall we? In the year 2023, there was a streamer named Andrew Beta 64 Internet Man who loved to stream Pikmin 4 live on Twitch. He loved to stream it so much, he had to stream it for more than 2 weeks in a row, though he made little progress as his Dandori skills had been lacking. Thanks for that. Can make anything in these stories. Could have said I was great. While everything had been normal up to now, but tonight happened to be Halloween night. And little did Andrew know, everything would start to go in a way he never expected. Beta had started streaming Pikmin 4 and, as per usual, giving himself a wacky punishment for every Pikmin he killed. In this case, he wrote a letter of apology for every Pikmin killed. But after he had started to write the first letter, he noticed that the game had a pop-up mentioning the exact names he wrote on the letter, mentioning the Pikmin death. The exact names being Kevin, Jane, Stacy, and Oswald. He found it a little weird that the game managed to pick up on but he continued to stream anyway. Later on, while he was looking for another treasure, his whole squad of Pikmin went to a random spot and started to dig for something. That something happened to be the rusted and degraded corpse of none other than Chibi Robo. But before he had time to react, Chibi Robo's corpse began to reanimate with the souls of all the Pikmin he had killed. But before Beta knew it, Chibi Robo was inside his streaming room. Suddenly, they pulled out the Billy Hatcher gun from Shadow the Hedgehog and sucked Beta up into it. When Beta finally awake from the incident, he was alone. No Nooks, no Bajorno, no Miku, just silence. Then he heard something like a Pikmin, but he wondered why it was lower in pitch than the average Pikmin. He soon found out why. It was no ordinary Pikmin. It was a giant, zombified conglomerate Pikmin that formed from all the Pikmin he had killed for the past 2 weeks of Pikmin 4. He tried running from the giant Pikmin, but it was no use, as the Pikmin soon got him and erased him from all time and space. Though with his mind still intact, he went back to Streaming Room to only realize he was never real to begin with. Boom! Gotcha. Gotcha. Got you. We have to read this one next. This one is so good. I mean, I only read it like once. I only read it like once. So I think this one's great though. Who is that? That's not just Ben drowned. This is Chibi Ben drowned. The story is called Chibi Ben and Chibi Bennett. I don't think I'm gonna be able to read this name right. I think it's the writer of the creepypasta for Ben. Judezabel? Jaduzable. I don't know. I'm just gonna say Jaduzable. So I read Jaduzable's Ben creepypasta and thought it might be funny if I bought an N64 and Majora's Mask. I was wrong. I bought them from the same guy Jadezable talked about. I only knew it was him after it happened. I was just starting to play when suddenly 2 strange sprites never used in any game appeared. They looked like maybe a gray-skinned small dark Link without eyes. One was a girl and the other was a boy. Just after that, the Happy Mask salesman appeared and spoke. You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? Personally, I'm a big fan of Ben, so I don't mind at the time. The 2 sprites appeared again. They were looking at me. There was no Link or Deku Link in sight, just them. Then the girl spoke. Hi, I'm Chibi Bennett. I guess Chibi Bennett was the cheerful girl. Then the boy spoke. I'm Chibi Ben. A small smirk came from the boy. He seemed to be a bit suspicious. The Happy Mask salesman suddenly said, take care of my friends. The Happy Mask salesman seemed much nicer than Jadezable said. When he was gone, Link appeared out of nowhere and turned into him, Ben, as the statue. But then I knew what was happening. Suddenly, I felt a strange power dragging me to the TV. Next thing I knew, I was with them. Chibi Bennett grabbed me by the arm and took me to a place. Ben then smoked. Ben then smoked a cigarette. Ben then spoke. He said, I saw Zora drown here. Just then, Chibi Ben pushed me into the water. I then drowned. I woke up the next day in my room. I was wet. Then Chibi Bennett knocked on my TV and I ignored her. She wasn't pleased. She got the Happy Mask salesman, took what I think possesses me. I can't remember what happened, but I was red with blood. I locked myself in my room for 10 days until it was gone. The game and the N64 was gone. I guess Ben didn't think I was fun enough. I was lucky. So remember, buy games from a store, not a passerby. It's a very important story. It's a very important story. Where is it? I think it's time. I think we're ready for level 4. I think we're ready for the level 4 story. Where the crap is it? Oh, there it is. Remember how I said before that we wouldn't be ready until later on? It's time for Diddy.exe. What is level 4? I like to put these in levels of like, what do you think, what you can handle in your brain? Because this one's gonna make your brain like squirt out your ears. I'm gonna read it as intended. As intended. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I wanna find a good one. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Perfect. This is the one. Okay. I'm gonna read this as it was written. If there is no period, I will continue reading. What is max level? This one might be the max level we're getting to tonight. Diddy.exe. I played Donkey Kong Country games a lot when I was young, so I didn't expect this to happen. One morning, I was playing Diddy Kong Racing on the Nintendo 3DS. I was in the middle of a race when the doorbell rang. I opened the door only to see a box from my old friend John from middle school with a note saying that Jeffrey, I can't get away in time from him, burned the disc which will stop him. I could not stop him. I'm sorry, John. Slightly confused, I put the game in my computer and saw on the disc it said Diddy Kong in full capitals. When the game started with a picture of a jungle from DK64 with 2 bananas as an emblem, Diddy appeared in the center of the sky, and ocean of the island was a beautiful blue. The music playing in the title was the Donkey Kong Country 2 intro. But it was short-lived after pressing enter. As the image changed, the sky was gray, the banana emblem was gone, was rusted, the grass and tree leaves looked reddish-brown, the water was red like blood, the Nintendo 1998 logo changed to rare Nintendo 666. Diddy's eyes were black with red pupils, crying blood like 2 other creepypasta characters like Sonic.exe and Timothy the Ghost Engine. There was a character selection menu with 3 characters being Conker the Squirrel from Conker's Bad Fur Day, along with Funky Kong and even King K. Rool. The sprites were like in DK King of Swing, but Conker's sprite was homemade, as opposed to, I don't know, made in a factory. It was homemade. I chose the squirrel and heard Flowey's laugh from Undertale for the PC. Anyways, the level was called Jungle. It showed Conker in the jungle hijinks level in DKC. I made Conker walk, but the music was Creepy Castle from DK64. I think Timothy the Ghost Engine is supposed to be like Thomas the Tank Engine. I don't know. I should have Googled it. I need to do research. As Conker walked, blood appeared on the ground along with dead critter Kremling enemies, just dead. Some hung on palm trees, some not. The music soon stopped and Conker saw Diddy and walked up to him. It cut to black saying, "Hi Conker, let's play a game." It showed a new zone saying, "Run away." Game, the jungle background changed to Kremling Quay from Donkey Kong Country 2. The music was from Resident Evil 3. The park, the sky was night, but the swamp looked like it was burning slightly. I made Conker walk to the right again when Diddy came and was chasing Conker. Conker trips, pitting the demon monkey. Catch him, Conker screams the same scream Henry the Green Engine screamed before he was killed in Shed 17. I was back at the menu. Conker was different. Now his fur was a dull grayish black. His face was of anguish, so I chose Funky Kong since it was the only choice. The Flowey laugh came again. The level was called Death is Near. The music was now River Twigs Bend from Super Paper Mario. Funky's level was the Crystal Caves in DKC2, but the crystals were not blue but purple. The floor was also purple. The background was Snowden Town from Undertale. Blood appeared on the ground after a small static cut. After a while, Diddy came with text saying it's kill or be killed. Then I made Funky try fighting him, but he was too fast for the surfing ape. The music was the idiot meme from Undertale. Funky then sprained his leg, causing him to get killed. He made the same screen Conker made. Before the screen cut to black, a text said, "Aw, come on, you can do better." The menu came again now with Funky looking sad. His brown fur was dark red. His shirt was gray. His shorts were blue, were dark purple. That was the end of that sentence. We're almost there. We're almost there. Okay. King K. Rool was left, but I noticed my hands were a little sore, so I shook them to fix it, which worked. I chose King K. Rool. The laugh came again. The level was called Your Death is Here. The Crocodile King seemed nervous. I made him walk forward. The music now was Grizzly's demise. The level looked like his keep in Donkey Kong Country 2. After some slanted floors, the room changed from brown rocks to red rocks. The fire was blue. After ramp, the Flowey laugh came and the music stopped. The fire was out and the evil Croc King walked and saw Diddy appear in front of him before static came, and then an image of Diddy EXE looking at the screen with a text saying, I am the Overlord. After slight static, the Flowey laugh came, but in Omega Flowey style. Before it, a text said in black screen saying, ready for round 2. It showed all 3 victims. King K. Rool's scales were a dullish greenish gray, like how you would see on a real crocodile. Is this song real, by the way? Is it really going, is that real? This is terrifying. Oh no, this is fake. So this is fake. This is a remix, a cover. It's great, I love it. It fits this perfectly. His cape was ripped, his face was just as sad as the other 2. A new text said, Jeffrey in blood font. The music was also entry 17 from Undertale. I shut off the PC, wondered what the hell happened, put the disc aside, but when I turned to go to watch TV, I saw something was not there. Before I saw was an action figure of Diddy who's evil, those evil eyes like in the game. The end. I need some water. That was Diddy.exe. That was a level 4. Level 5 is max level. It could only, how could you read that? I tried really hard. Could I get 2 minutes of my life back? Sure. Let's read my new job. Wow, I can't read anymore. My new job with Truck Pants LLC by Poop is My Friend. Did the stream die again? I don't think so. It looks fine to me. Looks all fine to me. Maybe Twitch is just acting up tonight. It is a bit of a spooky night. I actually, if it buffers for you and like freaks out, that'll fill you with like a little sense of like, oh gosh, something wrong. That little bit of dread is gonna make the story even better. I found myself in front of my local KFC. There was a job listing taped to the front door, written in crayon, full of spelling errors. There was a read flag right there, but I decided to overlook it. The listing was for a company called Truck Pants LLC, and they were looking for a new mechanic. Perfect for me. I quickly drove to the address on the flyer. I arrived at the address. It was mostly empty garage with 1 truck in it. There were 2 guys there that looked exactly the same, but surely they were different people. I mean, one of them was wearing a hat, so they had to be different. I thought maybe they were the same person, but they insisted that they weren't. For some reason, they wouldn't tell me their names, which is another red flag, but I really needed a job, so I overlooked it. Anyway, I got the job right away. Hooray! My new bosses went out on a delivery job, and I stayed at the garage because my boss without a hat told me to expect a call soon. The boss without a hat is me. That's a spoiler though. He looked kind of scared, but I didn't think much of it. Sure enough, they called me after less than an hour. Apparently they flipped their semi on the highway and needed me ASAP. I hopped in the tow truck right away. I arrived at the accident and got out of my tow truck. My bosses were having an argument. The one without a hat said, I'm sick of your driving, Uncle Al. You're gonna kill me. I'm going home. Then he walked all the way home, which was pretty far. I asked Hat Boss if he was injured, and he got in the tow truck, insisted that he was used to this sort of thing. I thought that was a pretty weird thing for someone to say after being in a bad car wreck. I went ahead and hooked the semi to the tow truck and came back to the driver's seat. But when I got there, my Hat Boss was sitting behind the wheel. I said to him, Hat Boss, aren't I supposed to drive? And he said, It's broken, I forgot. I gotta fix it. This is just an actual stream. Oh yeah. There we go. Ahem.
I'm the hat boss. I'm the driver.
I got in the tow truck with Hat Boss and buckled my seatbelt. I say to Hat Boss, hey, you ought to wear your seatbelt too. He ignored me and said,
You know the best part about driving a truck?
I said, no, Hat Boss. He screamed,
Driving a truck!
suddenly he slammed on the gas, and we took off flying. My boss was blaring the horn, bam, bam, screaming,
Woo! Hot dogs!
I was also screaming, but in a different way. I was so scared. It was even more scary when we crashed. Hat Boss slammed into another car, sending him right through the windshield. I was safe though because I wore my seatbelt. I got out of the truck to help Hat Boss, and he was not doing well. He was covered in hyper-realistic blood, and I didn't know how to help. He was lying on the ground. He looked at me with empty eyes. He gave me his hat. He gave me his glasses. He said,
You're the hat boss now.
he looked awfully dead to me. I don't know what to say. I put on his hat and walked back to the tow truck to get my cell phone so I could call an ambulance. When I got there, I found myself unable to see, so I put on his glasses and they helped a lot. I found my cell phone, and when I reached out my arm to grab it, I saw I was wearing a plaid shirt, when before I was wearing a plain shirt. I also noticed that my phone had a Hatsune Miku cover on it, when before it was a clear cover. Then I looked at the cars around me, and they were all plaid semi-trucks. I was seeing so many plaid-colored semi-trucks and milk bottles all over the place. Then I started to feel an odd craving for smoking milk. I opened my phone and dialed. The number I called picks up. Hello, this is Andrew at Truck Pants LLC. I say in a truck-filtered voice.
The hat boss lives again.
The end. That was a scary one. That's a scary one. Uncle Al is the hat. Uncle Al is the hat. I like that one. I like that one a lot. That one apparently was written in May. Apparently it was written in May. Uncle Al wears glasses. Yeah, exactly the same ones as these ones. Exactly the same ones as these ones. I think it's time that we get SpongeBob scary. All right, welcome to the story. Well, actually, this one doesn't even have SpongeBob in it. Hold on. Is this scary? I think this is supposed to be scary, but it's just kind of funny to me. This might terrify you, but to me this doesn't. It just looks funny. So I'm just gonna put it on. I'm just gonna put it on and see what y'all think. Is this scary? Is this scary to you? It just looks kind of funny to me. It's cursed. It's just cursed. It's just a little cursed. All right. This story is called Chum. Oh. This isn't like super scary, but it's got kind of a, okay, let's do it. The signature ingredient in all of Plankton's menu items, and is one of several factors that causes the Chum Bucket to attract no customers, the taste is highly considered foul in contrast to Mr. Krabs' Krabby Patty. Plankton, sorry, it says me when I can't sleep for 3 days. Let's continue. Plankton continues to use Chum in most of his products, despite its foulness and overall toxicity, as shown by having many vomit after eating it. Chum is actually made from live fish, which serves as the series' characters. The fact that Chum is made from fish means the whole point of Plankton's business is to make the Bikini Bottomites engage in cannibalism. Some characters have gained the habit of eating Chum despite tasting horrible to the customers who have already eaten it. Nat Peterson comes to the Chum Bucket and orders a Chum Stick. He then goes back to the person day and the day after that, becoming Plankton's only regular customer and the only person who actually likes his chum. However, in the end, it is revealed that he only ordered chum sticks because Karen paid him, and he actually hates the food so much he went to the doctor twice. Wait, is this literally just an episode from the show? Why is an episode of the show a creepypasta? Okay, then let me read the last 2 sentences because it's gonna put it on perspective. Chum can actually be used to help pull off crimes, and as a result, the criminal community holds Plankton in high regards. Chum can cure people back from normal after they have mutated into the Krabby Patty zombie. That's also, this is just a retelling of the episode? Okay. Screw Chum. Chum sucks. It's just an episode. It's just an episode that they copied and pasted from the Wikipedia article. We're gonna do Nintendo Terror Cube. Nintendo Terror Cube. This one's gonna be really scary. I hope you're ready. This one's gonna be the scariest of them all. I don't exactly have an image that's just, I'll just write scary GameCube. Scary GameCube console. There's a lot of scary GameCube consoles out there. They kind of just all look cute. But I'm gonna try my best here. Oh boy, none of them are scary. Not a single one. This will work. This is gonna work. This one works perfectly. Okay, got it. Yo, Saruchi, good to have you back. There you go. There you go, that works. Nintendo Terror Cube. This is the story. Oh, that scared me. Saruji, thank you for the raid of 8. You came just in time. You came literally just in time. We are doing creepypasta stories. BB boy, welcome. We're going to be reading a story that may make you poop your pants. Be prepared. If that sounds like too much for you, you might want to turn off the stream now. This is called Nintendo Terror Cube. It is not for the faint of heart. In fact, in order to read it, I'm gonna have to eat this 100 grand. I'm gonna have to eat this 100 grand in order to help. It's like rice with a little bit of nougat. It's like a Milky Way, but better. It's literally a Milky Way, but with like rice in it. That's good. This is what I'm giving it. I'm giving it right here, right below Skittles. I feel like Skittles are a little bit better. Nice. I feel like Nerd Ropes. I'm gonna put it just above the midnight. I'm gonna put it just above midnight. In case you're wondering what this is, I almost threw up yesterday from eating too much candy, so I'm trying to finish my tier list over the rest of the week. So that's what I'm doing. So, are you ready now? This is the Nintendo Terror Cube. Back in the late 2000s, the GameCube was the console of the console generation. Its promos revealed to be the most advanced console. With the pack-in titles, sorry. Wait, no, that is right. I thought it was tittles, but that is how you spell titles. I thought it was misspelled. That's how you spell it. That is how you spell it. With the pack-in titles like Luigi's Mansion, Metroid Prime, and Super Mario Sunshine. The console was later canceled because it was time for the next console to be the popular new console, which was in 2003, was the release of the Sony PlayStation 2. I was online watching videos and cat videos when I came across an ad saying free virtual auction house in eBay. I clicked on the link and it took me to an interesting page with the audibly voices and notable static. Through the static, I heard the man say, 200. Can I get 200 for the GameCube? I raised my hand. 200! 200 once? 200 twice? A loud thunder sound plays. Okay, apparently there's no such sound effect on YouTube. Sold. Simulating the auction hammer, he says, sold! 200 for the GameCube! A literal 2 hours and maybe 15 moonies later, the package came. I opened the eBay box. Inside was a GameCube, but the game part was covered up with a sticky note saying terror. Reading it together, it came up as Nintendo Terror Cube. A chill ran down my spine. Yeah, $200 for the GameCube, but you're gonna see what games it came with. A Nintendo Terror Cube? What is this thing? I thought. I plugged the console in and booted up. The logo was normal. Great, nothing changed. Judy, welcome to the stream. I looked at the box for any more games. There were 3 games and an additional one. This is what was in the box. Metroid Prime, SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, Super Mario Sunshine, and Super Otter Tales, which was a homebrew GameCube game according to the box. I was first inserted Metroid Prime. The game booted up normally, but there was one save file. It was under the final boss battle in the last world. When I got inside the world, however, the map glitched and shot me flying outside the map. It was a minute of Samus falling when suddenly it showed the game over screen. But Samus was collapsed backwards. Wait. No. I think this takes place after 2003. Don't worry. The continuity is correct on the SpongeBob game. After a save from the memory card, I inserted the next game, SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. Right away, the game sent me into the title screen. When going into the final, SpongeBob was fighting a red jellyfish, almost too red. It looked like a blood red jellyfish. The jellyfish shouted, "Kevin!" It was so loud, almost ear-splitting. I literally had to cover my ears. Suddenly, the game crashed. The next set of games was just like what happened with the 2 games. Super Mario Sunshine got killed by a trample of Koopas, while the theater crashed on impact, and Super Otter Tales glitched. The game crashed with the text, "Terror lives on." I unplugged the console, went to Goodwill, and traded in. I only got $50 out of the console, which was not bad. And I also want to make sure you all know that's literally not how Goodwill works. You give it to them for free out of Goodwill. They don't buy things from you. It's not GameStop. I just want to make sure you all are aware of that. Let's continue on with the story. I learned later on that the console was a beta testing of the original console, which the event happened after Nintendo revealed Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube in a form of a demo disc. When I got home afterwards, the box was back, and it had a note, "The terror never ends. Who knows if you'll suffer more." Whew, that was a scary one. That one really got me. That one really got me. Okay. I think it's time we go to another viewer submitted creepypasta. I think it's time. How would you like to check out Always Watching by Pikachu PhD? Always Watching. The AL is capitalized. Always Watching. Oh, it says for me to play a specific song. It was a normal day for Andrew. He had listened to Miku songs, played video games with his wife Nooks, and all was well. Until that is, he started streaming. He booted up the stream, set the tags, and notified Discord. All was well, and when the countdown reached 0, he began. It was a normal Miitopia post-game stream, but strange things kept happening. His party's makeup would disappear randomly and the screen would flash red for tiny amounts of time. He dismissed these all as bad internet or glitchy gameplay, but at 9 p.m. he saw a strange figure in the background. It was only brief, but it was a massive shadow that looked vaguely human. Andrew was creeped out by the sighting, but none of chat seemed to notice, so he continued on, feeling a sense of unease. Andrew's simple unease would not last though. As soon after, a pop-up appeared on his screen that said, "I am always watching. Begin? Yes or no?" Obviously, Andrew picked no. But the second he did, a new pop-up appeared that said the same thing. He clicked no again, but the pop-up just came back. At that moment, all messages in chat were changed to this one. The Watcher. : click yes in all caps, period. Andrew, horrified by this, jumped backwards. Suddenly, his mouse began to move on its own. It moved over to the pop-up and clicked yes. Instantly, everything returned to normal, like it had never happened at all. Andrew still lay in shock, but he went back to streaming normally. He didn't have much time to get his bearings straight again, though, as his doorbell, a ding-dong, suddenly rang. He checked the camera and didn't see anything. Nothing could have dropped off that package. Unnerved by the absence of a deliverer of some sort, Andrew left his chat alone and slowly crept to his door on all fours, of course, as I always do. He opened it and saw a flash drive and a hat he knew all too well. It was Uncle Al's hat. He picked up both and looked around the hallway to see if he could see something. He saw nothing, but couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. When he came back, he saw that the stream had crashed and couldn't restart. And at that moment, he woke up. It was all a dream. The stream had never happened and all was well. But he still couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched. Oh, I forgot to say the part was on the flash drive. Dang it, I missed it. He came back, he put in the flash drive, his building lost power. The only thing he saw before the power cut was 2 files called imcoming.jpg and uncleal.exe. There you go. That was what was on the flash drive. That was written by Pikachu PhD. Thank you very much. Okay. We haven't read this yet. Cursed Sonic Unleashed Creepy. Cursed Sonic Unleashed Creepy. This is gonna ruin my Google search results. I'm gonna see terrifying things for a long time. Yeah, this is kind of creepy. Yeah, this is pretty creepy. Yeah, this is definitely creepy. This is perfect for this. I think 90% of the stories have Uncle Al as the main, like, villain character. I'm pretty sure. All right. Yeah, that's pretty scary. That's pretty scary, if I've ever seen it. Oh, I need to play a different song. All right. This is called Cursed Sonic Unleashed Creepy. This game is cursed. If you find it, destroy it before it can do more damage. Here is my story with the cursed Sonic Unleashed game. So, one day during the summer, I got the desire to play Sonic Unleashed. IDK, why? Just did. Get off my back! I got into my car and drove to GameStop and saw they had none. Weird, considering my local GameStop usually keeps a lot of games people like. I went to the clerk and asked if they had any back store. The clerk looked scared, like I had just asked for a foreign object of some kind. She asked why I wanted it, and I said nostalgic purposes and just wanted to play it. She sighed, went to the back and got me the game. She told me to promise her that if anything weird happened with the game, I would return it immediately. I promised, wondering why she make me promise I would return the game to the store. Anyways, I paid for the game, went home, turned on my Xbox, and put the game into download. I was super excited when it was done, but something popped up when I checked it. It said, please turn back now. In all caps, in bloody letters, for a split second before going to normal. Creeped out by what happened, I decided it was a glitch and keep going. I watched the cutscene and played the first 2 stages like normal. It was when the first werehog stage came that things got weird. After I beat it, the game went to a screen that said, "You are screwed. You are dumb. You are being watched." Weirder still, it was the same font that the please turn back now message was in. It then popped up a bloody skull and then went back to normal. ... Sort of. It took me to Eggman Land, something not possible right now, and forced me into the werehog permanently. The werehog looked bloody too, like it just killed someone. WTF? Remembering the GameStop clerk's promise I made, I took the game out, but it didn't turn off. The werehog turned to face me and said, "She warned you, and now pay the consequences," and had a murderous look on its face. TF was happening here? I drove to GameStop as fast as I could, and the clerk asked if anything weird happened. I told her everything that had happened, and she looked scared AF. And by the way, I'm not shortening these on purpose. That is how it is written. "You realize what you have done?" she asked me. I told her no and asked WTF was happening. She told me it was cursed, and that the person who played it always died. Freaked out, I asked her what should we do? She said nothing, but faced the door. "Your retribution is here." I heard a voice that sounded like Sonic's werehog. "Your retribution is here." I looked at the door and saw a wolf man. Freaked out, I tried to run, but the wolf man was too fast and killed us both right there. Please, never play the game. Destroy it if you find the game. Don't let it spread to others. Also, I like how it says the wolfman killed us, but then there's another sentence after that. Like, how did he write the story if he was already dead? Maybe from the afterlife. Doesn't that make it even spookier? Boo! I got you. Okay. Next up, I think, we've gone through Slender, we've done the Terror Cube. We haven't done Mario Sunshine, I Am Not Ready. That's the name. Mario Sunshine, I Am Not Ready. Allow me to pull up a Mario Sunshine scary image. Does Mario Sunshine have anything scary? I don't think Mario Sunshine really has anything scary in it. Okay, that works. That works. That's perfect. I'm gonna just use that. I love how I'm like, oh, I don't have anything for this, and then it's just like, this shows up. There's always something. There's always something. The eel is pretty scary. I do remember the eel being pretty scary. All right. Mario Sunshine. I am not ready. It starts with a quote, by the way. And with that, let's get to the headlines. Some man has hacked a normal copy of Super Mario Sunshine, and he tried it, and the result was strange. Which person does this copy belong to? Only time will tell. End quote. Was that my brother who hacked it? Because he was great at hex editing, ASM codes, programming, and some other nerdy things. And I had a GameCube with 3 games: Sonic Adventure 2, Battle, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and Super Mario Sunshine. Must be a slow news day. I put the Super Mario Sunshine disc on my GameCube, not in, on my GameCube to make sure the result is the same as the news anchor on TV had told. The game started normal, with the Nintendo logo and classic coin sound. Bing. Dolby logo, and Nintendo Presents and Super Mario Sunshine text. I noticed the M being drawn by Shadow Mario, and his laugh didn't come up, as did the intro cutscene. The title screen showed up, and I noticed the sky was hippified. I don't know what that word means. I tried Googling it, but I don't know what hippified means. Making my eyes hurt. The logo also read, Enihosuns Oriram Repose, which is Super Mario Sunshine backwards. Yeah, it's spelled like that, hippified, like it turned into hippie. When I got to the file select screen, Mario had his 8-bit sprite from Super Mario Bros. Instead of his model as usual. I selected file A and it exploded to bits. A message that read, "Do you want to create this file?" then appeared with a selection, yes or no. I chose yes, somehow wanting to start. The next cutscene was the wrong way though. First, the airplane was hit by what I think was Shadow Mario's paintbrush. Then it fell and crashed, but the passenger survived the crash. And that came to the big graffiti piranha boss. No, not Petey Piranha. That's what it says. I tried to spray water at the piranha, but then I noticed I had no flood. I came to where flood usually was in the beginning, but the flood cutscene and the flood instructions didn't play. Instead, loud 1-up sounds occurred, and a giant 1-up item appeared on the piranha. The piranha gave a big roar before being squished by the 1-up, revealing a power star from Mario 64 instead of a shine sprite. I guess my brother swapped the shine sprite model for the power star model. I didn't touch the star. But the ground was so clean and slippery that I slipped into the sea and went past a shortcut to Pina Park. I cannot talk to the Nokis, and when I enter the park, a cutscene plays. It pulled me too, and my eyes were glued to the TV. And the cutscene showed the Yoshi merry-go-round going faster and faster, and all the kids riding it were screaming and thrown to the other side of the island. And Shadow Mario's mecha boss broke and exploded to bits, revealing his true form, Bowser Jr. And then Mario was shocked to see Peach from the horizon. He tried to get her, but Bowser got her first. And Mario raged, much like Mario raged the rage face. And he exploded. The game over screen appeared shortly after that. I tried resetting the game, but to no avail. I tried powering it off, but it produced the loudest and longest sound in the world ever. That made me jump back and fly and crash out my bedroom window. I'm still flying to this day. Wait! Mario was me. He fell into the forest and then saw what I believe was a Pianta riding a horse. Horses never really appeared in Super Mario Sunshine, but I was so glad to finally find one in the game. Beside the horse and the Pianta, an unused Goomba, I did not touch that goom. But a lion grabbed me and threw me into the goom. And I was panicking because the touch was so hot, and I flew into the sky and crash landed in Bowser's pool and jumped on the 4 platforms I had to destroy, defeating Bowser. I was so excited for beating the game with no stars that I exploded. But it was all a dream, and the game was never hacked anyway. It was all normal. With that, I can keep my GameCube and games with me. The end. That was just a nice story, wasn't it? That one was just a nice, pleasant story. Okay. I've got 2 stories left for you, if I'm remembering correctly. If I'm remembering correctly. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Which one do you want to hear first? Do you want to hear Who Done It by Glacial Phoenix or Star Wars Revenge of the Sith extended version? We will read both, but which one first? And while you're deciding this, I'm gonna try a Haribo gummy. This is a Haribo gummy bear. Let me just put this over here real quick. Just gonna try the Haribo gummy. Can we get a poll for that? Who Done It by Glacial Phoenix or Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith extended cut? Oh, that smells awful. Oh, why does it smell like that? It smells like factory. This is apparently the best gummy in the world. So I was there's only orange and red. There's literally only orange and red in this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really like gummy bears that much. They're always so tough. I'd rather have like a jelly bean or something. This is going to be the absolute most egregious thing ever. And you're gonna hate me up for this. I think it's right below Twizzlers. I think it's right below Twizzlers. I would rather eat a Twizzler. I think Twizzlers have a better texture than the gummy bear. The gummy bear's just too strong. The gummy bears are just too tough to chew. I think that's just how it is. I'm sorry. I just think that's how it is. Bro, what? I'm just speaking my truth. I'm just speaking my truth. Oh, okay. We're gonna read the Star Wars one first. Let me find an image. Opinions on gummy worms? You mean like these? We'll get to that. There's a lot of scary Star Wars images. Like a lot. Like a lot. What in the world even is that? What in the world even is that? Why is there a giant spider in the Star Wars uniform? This is terrible. What in the world is that? I'm gonna have to look that one up later. I'm gonna have to look that one up later. That's absolutely terrifying. Okay. Okay, this one's perfect. This one's perfect. It might not look scary, but once you hear the story, it'll make sense. Dude, I don't want to show you the spider guy. The spider guy's terrifying. I can show it. I'll show it on my phone so that way, you know, you can tell it's not gonna like fight you and attack you. Star Wars scary. It's like, where is it? It's like yeah, it's this thing. Okay. That thing. What is that thing? It looks like something out of like The Forest. I don't, it doesn't even give it a name. It's just like a spider demon. It's just a spider demon. That's from The Mandalorian? What do you mean it looks cute? Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's terrifying and that's just the way it is. Okay, this is Star Wars Revenge of the Sith extended version. I'd like to apologize for the fact that I could not find a car creepypasta. I could not find another Cars creepypasta. So this is my movie creepypasta this year. I always like to have a movie creepypasta. So, here we go. It was the spring of 2005, and a brand new Star Wars movie was coming out titled Revenge of the Sith. It was going to be about Anakin Skywalker turning to the dark side and almost killing Obi-Wan. That was until Obi-Wan chopped off his legs. There were plans of an extended edition to Star Wars 3, but they were scrapped due to the dark material and theme it had in the film. I was one of the people who were lucky enough to go to a screening of this extended edition of Star Wars 3. I drove to the screening at approximately 3:30 and parked my car near one of the available parking spots. I arrived at the offices at Lucasfilms and one of the managers welcomed me into the building. "Hi there, I'm Steve, and I'll be guiding you to where the screening room will be. Follow me." He then guided me to a basement-like room with 30 plus other people inside and placed me in the front row. The room had tons of pipes over the wall, occasional cobwebs, spiders and rats crawling around the dark room from time to time, and what surprised me the most in the room was the picture of a demented Anakin Skywalker looking at us, grinning widely. Other people noticed this, but they quickly darted away from the picture and turned to the bright screen where it now said, "This is the extended alternate edition of Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. It contains themes of murder, burning alive, and stabbing. Watch at your own risk." Which, by the way, that is the actual movie too. Like there's burning alive, murder, and stabbing in the original movie too. So it's not really that much different. It's stabbing. All of us were starting to get uneasy, but we felt at ease once the movie began with the normal opening scene, which consisted of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker coming to save a captive Palpatine on the Invisible Hand ship. But when they opened the rusty doors where General Grievous was, things started to get a little bit different. Grievous was more antagonizing and ruthless than we had ever saw him be. He said to Anakin and Obi-Wan, "Care to die, Obi-Wan and Anakin?" The both Jedi then said at the same time, "No, I don't think we will be dying." And then they cut off General Grievous's head and saved the Chancellor then and there. The rest of the movie was fairly normal with the newly added scenes, which were the deleted scenes of the movie, and with other new content such as the scene where Anakin killed the younglings was actually shown, and a brand new never-before scene of Jar Jar betraying Obi-Wan during his never-before-seen mission and become what the fanbase knows as Darth Jar Jar. Does this actually happen in the movie? I don't know, I haven't seen it. It then cut to the scene where Anakin and Obi-Wan are fighting on Mustafar, but the whole thing was entirely different. With that lava pool's deleted scene and 10 newly added scenes with Obi-Wan and Anakin talking about what they're going to do if one of them gets out of this. Having a saber fight and even slicing each other with the sabers, but none of them said ow. Not one. There was also a huge change when it got to the high ground part. Instead of Anakin getting chopped up, it was Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan screamed in pain and called for Anakin, but Anakin said, "You were never my master, nor was Yoda. All you've done is push me around." But all that ends today. Say goodbye, master. He then cuts off Obi-Wan's head and left him there alone, burnt up with a chopped off head. Anakin arrived back with the ship and with Padme and left to join the Emperor and build their improved new empire. The movie ended, but there was a credit scene. It was Palpatine rebuilding Obi-Wan and naming him Darth Obi-Wan. The end. That sounds great to me. There's something about just saying boo. Oh, I love that story so much. I love that one so much just because it says they slice each other with sabers, but none of them even said ow. I love this one so much. This one, I saved it for last because it's my favorite of them. Just, but it's like, they cut off General Grievous's head, and then he was Gervius. They misspelled the name 3 times. Oh my gosh. Well, you're going to be dying today. No, I don't think we will. And then they chopped off his head. Oh man, that was my favorite. That was my favorite of all the internet creepypastas we have. And now, our final story of the night. Perfect timing, by the way. Absolutely perfect timing. This is called Who Done It by Glacial Phoenix. Who Done It? Spelled HOO dash done it. Actually, I do want to preface this. This is less of a creepypasta and more of a like Halloween special. This is like a Halloween special. And a reminder, I did not get to all the viewer creepypastas. So if you want to, and I highly recommend it, go to the Discord server, go to temporary rooms. There's a room in there called Kooky Creepypasta Submissions, I think that's what it's called. You can read all the stories there. Some of them are like 15 pages long, and I couldn't get to them because they were 15 pages long. But still worth a read on your own time. That's what I recommend. They're all very beautiful. Now, let's get to the Halloween special. Who Done It? Halloween. A day in which many took part in an activity known as trick or treat. But for some, this would mark the day of a different trick or treat that known streamer Andrew Beta64 would be doing live for all to see. And let me tell you, that is true. On the 31st, we will be doing the trick or treat stream live at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. It was to cap off a delightfully spooky week of streams. Everyone was excited. Before the stream, Andrew had left the house to take care of a few things. In his office, without a human to see, what was usually inanimate would come to life. Figurine, plush, toy, by some unexplained phenomenon, they all came to life. And one of them noticed something. Andrew's PC was gone. Where did the PC go? Or did it straight up vanish? Oh no, this is bad. How is the stream gonna happen without it? Owl said in panic. Knowing the problem at hand, they had to figure it out fast. But as a mere plush, what could they even do? As if to answer their concerns, a guiding meow led the way. A meow? Why, that could only be Buongiorno. Buongiorno. Fucking read. Andrew's dapper and debatably existent cat. It appears that a mystery is afoot, would you not say? Buongiorno said in a delightfully dignified tone. Why, yes, it sure is. But what do we do? We only have so much time and Owl was spiraling. Relax. I'm sure we have plenty of time to find it. And there's no way it could have gotten far. I suspect foul play. Someone here took it, Buongiorno deduced. Took it? But who? I mean, who? Buongiorno had expected. It was the Hunter Ghost. Their presence on the stream this week made a perfect cover for them to seize the PC right from under their nose. It was too good. Okay, but where? I would think the safari room, but... Owl asked. None of those are around here. Well, think about it. One of them just takes us to a den-end washroom, so we could reasonably look there. That's the washroom, by the way. So we don't miss it. And I have a hunch, too. Buongiorno had let on. Oh, okay then, Buongiorno. Suppose some direction is better than none. Why do I sound like sleep? Oh, geez, Buongiorno. I don't know about this. Scared, Buongiorno teased. Who, me? Well, why would I be? Owl said, flustered. Heh, well, you seem a bit jumpy. In that washroom, it's probably fine. We've got each other, right? Buongiorno was met with a small nod. So with all that exposition out of the way, they finally went to confront the hunter ghost. The room was dark, quiet, and something in the air felt uneasy, stagnant. It was as if the hunter's gaze met them out of their view, speaking whispers of impending death and decapitation without even the lift of a finger. They tread through, lightly making their way for the bathtub. Come on, we are... Certainly there's something in here, partner, Buongiorno assured nervously to Owl. What was even Buongiorno scared of? Their tone appeared to hide something they were unable to admit, but Owl seemed to be able to tell, relating a sense of fear. They ascended to the tub, able to see inside a shocking discovery lying in wait for them. A ferociously mutilated hunter ghost with cotton pouring out of its seams, with cotton pouring out of its seams, and a lost hat lay there without a sound to be heard. In a shock of disbelief, Owl sped towards the corpse. Hunter ghost! It appears the offering was rejected, Buongiorno stated to Owl, who was confused. Owl, you remember that demon Andrew locked up in here? Demon? Owl said, fear spiking. The poor hunter's life must have been claimed by it. But why would they have come here if the demon's existence was known? Buongiorno was met with silence. And come to think, that demon, where might it be? I have a bad feeling about this. Buongiorno. Ooh. Orno. Owl said, afraid and confused. The PC was not even to be seen, but now they were just wondered what was going on here. The truth of the matter was the answer lay right behind them. It struck Owl down. Wait, hold on. What are you? Submit your life to us, and salvation will come less painfully, were the words that left the mouth of the pupilless, puppet-like Buongiorno. Buongiorno! Owl barely managed to say it as the harbinger clawed at their body, tearing them apart like the poor hunter. The cat is no more. They accepted our offering by reason of wanting to get back at Andrew. The reason? Petty. To be taken off streams for Halloweek was like the end of the world to them. But their malice was delicious, and their body more capable at drawing blood. And speaking of, the cat vessel smiled. Owl's wings were torn off. There was no escape. Allow me to cure you of this pain. Then Andrew and everyone else, they cackled demonically, which rang throughout the room. Owl's vision grew cloudier and cloudier. Sense overwhelmed and stunted by fear. A fatal blow was struck towards Owl, but before it could strike, the lights turned on. The possessed Bajorno let out a hiss. Excuse me, what is going on here? Asked the now home Andrew. He let out a sigh. Bajorno, did you let the demon possess you in an attempt to get back at me? Oh, you quirky cat. What a mess you've made here. Ha ha ha. And then with one little chant, the demon's formless entity had receded out of Bajorno's body and into the cracks of the washroom. Andrew walked to Bajorno to give him a pet. Seemingly unaware of Bajorno's pain beyond just what the demon put them through, he saw Owl and the hunter ghost torn to shreds in the tub. There was no bringing them back. Regrettably, Bajorno and Andrew had no choice but to leave. Turned out, Andrew had the PC the whole time. His errands were to get repairs for it. So truly, there was never a threat to trick or treat, and everything could go on as planned, except... Let the trick or treat begin. And then the eye like glows really red, and then and everyone dies. The end. The end. Everyone died. The end. That is our creepy pasta story time for tonight. Yay! Yay! Thank you for your submissions. Thank you to all the writers of the creepypastas on the internet that I don't, some of them weren't even credited at all. Some of them probably don't want to be credited. But all the same, thank you for writing, because I enjoy reading. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed listening. And thank you, Super Mario Bros. Fan.
Yo, just got done watching the Five Nights at Freddy's movie and it was great.
Well, have I got news for you. I'm actually in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. That was a lie. That was a literal lie. I'm sorry. But it'd be cool if it was. It would be cool if it was true. So sign my petition. Sign my petition to make sure that I get back in there. Did I promise you an owl emote? Did I promise an owl emote? Did I? Jen, you have a great night. And Duzzy's mom, I saw you earlier. Welcome in. Yes, maybe. Well, I was sent one. So I can add it to Frankerface. If I remember, I will activate it on Frankerface for the trick or treat stream. So you can have the owl emote ready to go. I'll do that for you. If I remember. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Now, before we end the stream, I am going to send you through a little journey called Submit for Stream. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Did you really? So this is Expedited Healer. Okay, I need to fix that. Last night, I ate a lot of candy. Too much candy. And I asked how many calories did I consume during that stream. Apparently, Expedited Healer did all the research. I'm gonna actually see how much candy I ate. I ate one single bite of a Nerd's Rope, 2 peanut M&Ms, 3 Reese's Pieces, 2 Whoppers. Can someone get a calorie counter on the way here? This is so much work. Like 2 Milk Duds? 2 bites of a Peep? I had the sugar count's good too.
1.5 squares of a Hershey Good Bar. I had
Can't believe you did
3 bites of a Payday.
200?
I kind of licked some Tootsie Pops. I took 1 single bite of an Almond
my
Joy.
gosh.
I ate almost an entire single sleeve of a Kit Kat. That was too much. That was far too much for Andrew. That was far too much. I ate 0 M&Ms. I didn't even get
You
one
still put
M&M.
the 0. You still put the 0.
I ate an entire quarter of a square of a Milky Way and a quarter of a square of a Milky Way.
This is so much
Midnight.
work. I'm
I
so
think the problem
glad
is I almost
you
ate
did
an
this.
entire Twizzler. I think that was the problem.
That's no good.
400 calories. That's not the worst thing in the world, but the sugar count is my question. Recommended daily sugar is 50. So I ate my entire day's worth of sugar, and I can probably guarantee I had some sugar before this stream. Before that stream. So I basically ate an entire meal with the entire daily amount of sugar in one stream. That took 2 hours to make. My gosh. Expert Healer, thank you for that, for showing that you should not do what I do. I don't plan on doing any more eating streams, other than I will be eating some of these at the trick or treat stream as well, just so I can finish the tier list. I'm just gonna do it slowly so I can finish the tier list, because it's important to me. It's important to me. It's not awful, but not great to do it in one sitting. Yeah. This is from Mega. EXE is behind you. I try. Thank you, Mega. You did great. You did great. You did great. Okay. This is from Anthony Rousseau. You'll remember that the fire alarm went off during the stream and turned into well, Nooks turned down the audio, so. Oh no, the fire alarm's going off thanks to my oven. What am I going to do now? Oh look, there's the hunter. Oh look, there's the hunter ghost. He's fixing this for me. The end. I love that. I love that. It's so simple. It's so cute. That's so cute. Thanks, Safari Ghost. Which is, by the way, available on the merch store. That I definitely don't need to turn on the flashing light feature on the light. Reminder, you can get these posters, buy 2, won't get 1 free. It will be available all weekend long. It will only end once October 31st expires. So you have all weekend to look at it. Consider buying a poster if you wanna support the boy and his wife in buying more candy from more strips. The light feature was a mistake. I know, right? It's got an extreme flashing light feature. Just like, and you can't turn it off. It's like the next time I click it, it's gonna do it again. You can't even turn it off. You can't even turn it off. All right, so here's the deal. Here's the deal. Just because I want to. Just because I want to. Oh, but I do need to thank all the people who've already bought posters. Like, thank you so much. And for all of you who just watched the stream, thank you for being here for day 4. Normally this would be the end, but we've still got Tuesday stream, Halloween night. We're doing the most anticipated stream of the year, Trick or Treat, where you get to decide what happens, but you won't know exactly what you're choosing. Will you choose a treat or will you choose a trick? Will I be able to open the freaking Sour Patch Kids bag or will I cry? Oh, it just went all into the dust behind my desk. That's fine, I'll just eat the ones in the bag. Sour Patch Kids. They're better than a Twizzler? Maybe. I don't like sour things. I don't like sour. Yeah, I know they're supposed to be sweet at the end, but they ain't getting to A tier. They ain't getting to A tier, no way. I'm sure there's some of you who are like huge sour fans. You don't like stuff that doesn't taste like drywall. Yes, that is 100% true. Now, M&M's in spooky colors. M&M's in spooky colors. I never want to eat an M&M, ever, ever. So I'm just gonna give it a high B. Like they're fine, but I never actually want to eat them, ever. It is just average and okay. I don't get how people like eat these because they want to. Like it almost feels like it's just like, oh, I'm in the apocalypse and I need food. Oh, they've got M&M's still. That's fine. So you just eat them. Nope. Sorry. I like how you experienced the worst pain of your entire life and simply gave the Sour Patch Kids a B. I mean, sometimes you like pain, right? Sometimes you like pain in your food. You know what? Let's just get all the sour stuff out of the way. Let's just get all the sour stuff out of the way. This one is Trolleys. Are the different colors different flavors? This has no sourness compared to the other. Like, it says sour bright. There's no sourness. Not even like a little bit. But they are kind of flavorless. I'm gonna admit to you. I like them way better than the Sour Patch Kids. Because but they're not like good. They're like right next to Twizzlers. No, Sour Patch Kids at least hurt you. You know what I mean? They at least hurt you. Like, that's a function. This kind of just does nothing. It's like you put it in your mouth and it's gone. This at least hurts you. So I'm gonna give that a higher ranking than the Trolleys, but it's on the same kind of line as Twizzlers. It doesn't have much of a flavor. It just doesn't have much flavor, in my opinion. Next up, Swedish Fish. And no, I'm not planning on eating them all tonight. I'm just getting myself to a good space. These are mini Swedish Fish. I'm trying to chew with my mouth closed because some of my mods said I can't listen to it anymore. They were like, Andrew, we need to talk. I'm doing my best here. These things suck. The flavor's good, but they're not that good. I'm saying right below Haribo gummies. I think they suck, actually. Legitimately suck. It gets stuck in your teeth. They don't even really taste that good. They don't even have any variety to them. Twizzlers don't get stuck in your teeth. Twizzlers don't get stuck in your dang teeth. And they have no flavor, so you can't get bored of them. Fake. I'm sorry. I think the gummy bears are at least better because they have more flavor to them. And it has a variety, so you can like take oh, I'm getting tired of this one, I have the other one. Speaking of things that just get stuck in your dang teeth, here's Butterfinger. Here's freaking Butterfinger, dude. Do you really think Swedish Fish are peak gummies? I mean, if you look at my list, they're the only other gummies. Actually, this is the gummy category. B is just only for gummies, except for the Krabby Patty. This is my dad's like favorite chocolate. Hold on a minute. I used to hate Butterfingers, but that tastes pretty dang good. Hold on now. What is it? I don't even know what the butter part is. It's like salty. It's like one of the few candies in here that's like salty and sweet. The problem is just the fact that it gets stuck in your teeth so much, but holy crap. I'm gonna put that up here in A rank, right above the Snickers. Right above Snickers, for sure. That's surprising. I thought I was gonna give that D rank. I like peanut butter. Do you notice peanuts, 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 peanuts? You're lucky your stream chat is nice to you. Any lesser man's chat would have killed you over your opinion on Twizzlers. Wait, no, Kit Kats don't have that, do they? Kit Kats, okay. Well then let's get the peanut butter out of the way. Reese's Cups. These are the best candy in the entire world. Or so that's what I think. Let's see if I still think that way. Rissle Cups. I don't know what they're called. Not as good as a Kit Kat. I think I like Kit Kats more. But that's above a payday for sure. That is an S rank candy. That is an absolute S rank candy. There's no doubt in my freaking mind. No doubt in my freaking mind. And with that, this is where I'll stop for tonight because I think this is the perfect amount of candy. And I'm not gonna tempt my body any further. I'm not gonna tempt my body any further. So this is where it'll stay for now. I'll let you look at it again. This is where it'll stay for now. We'll try the rest of the candies at the end of the trick or treat, and that will be the end of Halloweek. So, reminder, I'm streaming again on Halloween night. There's no stream between now and Halloween. Halloween night will be the trick or treat stream, which I'm so freaking glad, because I don't know if I can properly convey how busy I've been for like almost 2 weeks straight, just like planning things out and doing things and setting up for things and like decorating and shopping and all that stuff. And next year I think I'll get my mods to help me because Nooks and I were doing it and my mods were like, hey, why don't you, like, we can help. And I'm like in the moment when I'm like working on something, I'm like, I don't know how you, I don't know, I'm just doing this thing, I don't know. But if I can like plan to be helped, it helps. So next year I might ask mods for a little assistance. But for now, I'm excited to have a weekend. I'm gonna take tomorrow off just to relax, and then Sunday we're gonna work on the trick or treat stuff, which I believe will just be covered just 2 more categories. Get ready. You're not ready for trick or treat this year. I'm trying to go a little bit above and beyond. I'm not gonna make it too hype because I don't know. There's not much that's going to beat Psychonauts 2 versus Deathloop. You know what I mean? That was like the perfect matchup.
Planning on having help for something you are planning can sometimes be harder.
It can be. But I'll say this. I am so thankful for the mod team. They've done such a freaking great job with these streams, and I just want to say thank you for your help for Halloweek so far. And I will see you on Tuesday for the finale of Halloweek Trick or Treat. That's right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everything you do for me. I really, really, really appreciate you so much for making this possible. Watching my streams, donating bits, subs, rating my streams, freaking Patreon, freaking merch store, freaking just everything you do for me makes this possible. Thank you. And thank you to the moderators for helping it all run so freaking smoothly. So, I'm going to raid GlitchCat7, who's doing Spooky Mario World. And I will see you all on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. A little quick on the draw there. 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Chew, y'all. Have a great weekend. See you on Tuesday, Halloween night. Chew. The end credits broke. Thank you to Curve Games, Mario Bros. Fan, Jen, Ray Ouija, Jen again, Poop, and yes, love you, bye, chew.